Bannockburn, and at three-quarter time, it's the home side in front. Eastern Suburbs 9-8-62, Bannockburn 8-9-57. Quickly, boys, some better players in that third term for both sides. Pete, Bannockburn?
I think the Bannockburn boys are a bit hard to find, actually, although they probably kicked 4-odd goals. I thought Robbie Henderson in the back line was pretty strong. Steve Delahunt at fullback backed his judgment, and I thought he contributed very well. Clinton Shaw kicked a couple of goals and set up a couple. He too has contributed. And Gary, the toolman, moving into the forward line, not really his area, but he's old enough to know how to put up with those kind of things, and he also contributed along with Stevie Gadd off the bench.
Peter, Ron, sorry.
Thank you very much.
Suburbs.
I'm the better looking one.
I know you are.
Radford, Andy Reuter, Scotty Ferguson, and of course, Mick O'Leary.
Mick's playing very well, isn't he? He had a bit of a slow one the first quarter, but geez, he's been booming since then.
Certainly has.
Well, umpire Fanning just waiting for players to take up their positions, and also umpire Hooper.
And got a quick one. Geelong 11-9 to Sydney 4-8.
Oh, that's tremendous. We love to hear that also. So 43 points the lead for the Cats at Cardinia Park here at Richmond Crescent. It's 5 points the difference. It's the Suburbs. It's the start of the final term. We've got Ron Brain out of the casino on Thursday night, and he's about to start the final quarter call for 89.1 Country FM.
Umpire bounces the Sharon down, and it's a shocker. It makes Clinton Shaw look an absolute delight because he's tapped it straight back to his opponent in Hollywood. Oh, dearie me, it's a game of errors, isn't it? As we see now the Suburbs into attack. Off the ground, Ferguson. Oh, Juventus! Beautiful football from Scotty Ferguson. A little left foot chip, but he's hit Sean O'Leary. The spike couldn't believe his luck. Right on the chest. 10 metres out from goal, directly in front, and what a start for the Suburbs.
Ronnie, did you say tremendous or Juventus?
Juventus. It was great. Quick thinking football.
It was. Like Scotty's a big fella, and obviously doesn't like bending down too far, and he's kicked it with the left. Great effort.
Well, there you are. Scotty, the spike, Sean O'Leary, he's kicked his fourth goal. Thank you very much.
He has, and it's a good start for the Suburbs. They were 5 points in front at three-quarter time. They've stretched that to 11 with their 10th goal. They're 10-8-68. They lead Bannockburn 8-9-57 on the Beaumont's Pies and Cakes and the Car Ranch final quarter scoreboard. And we've only been going a minute in this final term on the Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock. Back to the centre. Reuter and Tresize get a piece of it. McGough gets his kick away towards half forward. Henderson running at it at pace. Can't pick it up though. Irving can. Handball out wide towards McGough, who followed it up from the midfield. Gets back onto his left boot, then decides to handball to Lucas, who ran off the wing. He goes long towards full forward. O'Leary at the back. Shaw tapped it over the back also. It's for the Rovers. Ferguson's one of them. He taps it towards the goals, and the handball away towards Delahunt and the boundary line. About 15 metres around from the Eagles' goal. It's going to be a boundary throw-in. So, boundary throw-in now with a pack of players around the ball in the Eagles' forward line. Ferguson up, also over the back rows. Alfie Delamonica out of the pack. His kick of the footy straight up in the air, and that pack has dived on the footy, so umpire Fanning will come in and bounce the ball. It's 10-8, playing 8-9. It's the home side in front by 11 points. And Ferguson do the ruck work. Rose, in fact it's Shaw who takes it out. Kick off the ground by Sean O'Leary. Goal! That is Juventus! Because he's put it straight through the middle. Buggio would have been happy with that one. And O'Leary's fifth goal has taken Eastern Suburbs to 11-8-74. And they lead Bannockburn 8-9-57. And Peter Walker at the home side is obviously fired up after that three-quarter time address from Mick Thompson.
I'll tell you, look, that was just pure fluke. The one before off Scotty was pure fluke. But by blazes, it can break the opposition spirit and break their back. Now, if they get the ball out and kick another one, it could be good night, Irene.
So it's 11-8-74, Eastern Suburbs, Bannockburn 8-9-57. It's 17 points of difference on the Beaumont's Pies and Cakes and the Car Ranch final quarter scoreboard. Out of the centre again, Delamonica and East work hard. East on hands and knees, tried to get the handball out. He does so to Delahunt. Delahunt around the corner towards Wayne Colliger against three. Wembridge is one of them for the Eagles. He measures the pass to Irving. They've got their tails up at the moment, the Eagles. He goes long towards half forward, Loughton over the back. And the ball on the string for the Eagles at the moment. Loughton at half forward on the outer side. And 50 also, so there you go. Luck's the fortune. They've had two, as Peter said, lucky kicks and lucky goals, but another piece of luck going their way. A 50-metre penalty against Nathan Rose, and Brent Loughton will be in the 10-metre goal square, and we've been only playing 4.5 minutes in this final term, and already the Eagles have kicked 2 goals, and this will be their third. Loughton lining up for goal number 3.
Gee, I'm a good judge.
So Loughton comes in from 2 metres out and puts his third on the board. And Eastern Suburbs go to 12-8-80. They lead Bannockburn 8-9-57 on the Beaumont's Pies and Cakes. And the Car Ranch final quarter scoreboard, it's 23 points of difference in this final term.
Special cheerio there to Gus Primmer, David Gus Primmer, down there at the Car Ranch, supporting GDFL footy in 97. And yes, Suburbs definitely with tails up, and at the minute really forcing the issue here. Bannockburn on top of the tree, undefeated. Peter Walker, how can they get back in the game?
I don't think they can. I think they've just been pruned.
Oh, there you are. Oh, they've got a bit of spirit out there at Tigerland, and I would suspect the next goal will be kicked at the right of screen or the Bannockburn end. But let's just wait and see. Bounce down, a good one. Tapped there by Harding, which is the short and the tall of it. The Rover got a little kick out the pack there too. Was good footy to Roweth. Lovely footy. And I've done it again. I've called it, and Tillman's take it, and he'll probably kick this from about 45 metres out, 45-degree angle.
Yeah, fair kick from there. He's kicked 1 goal this afternoon, 1 goal, 1. He's just wanting to know where the mark is because Nathan Murray has gone back about 5 or 6 metres.
Well, that's good. When they do that, what I would do is make out you're going to kick the ball and run around them.
Well, he's kicked it long into the teeth of goal. Reuter coming from behind, big thump away. Evans, Rose, the back of the pack for Eastern Suburbs well. It's been pretty good this afternoon in the last line defence. Goes wide towards McGough and Shaw. Good punch away, McGough. Worked hard, the skipper, for the Eagles and pushed it out of bounds on half-back on the outer side. In front of the scoreboard, which reads Eastern Suburbs 12-8. They lead Bannockburn 8-9 on the Beaumont's Pies and Cakes in the Car Ranch final quarter scoreboard.
Does a lot of hard work, doesn't he, Craig McGough? Leads by example. Nothing fancy, just gets the job done.
Boundary throw in. Boundary throw in. And it's tapped out by Harding in the end towards the boundary line again. Roweth running at pace, can't keep it in. And it's going to be another throw in, about 50 metres around from the Bannockburn goal. And they obviously need a quick goal just to settle them down in this final term. Reuter coming from a long way back to size, straight down the front to Harding. Kick partly smothered, McGough, handball to Radford. Kick around the corner, Shaw and Rose. Rose will get there first for Bannockburn. Left foot kick, back towards half forward. Punch away by Gadd. Over the top, Lucas. Oh, worked hard in the pack too. Got his kick away. O'Leary and Shaw coming at it. Rose again. His kick back towards Clinton. Shaw now has to stand and wait and takes a chest mark outside 50. Wembridge holding him up. Clinton Shaw handballs quickly to Rick Harding. Oh, pushes it across the half-forward line. Toolman running it at pace, but running away from the goals. Now he turns around and measures it towards Peters. In fact, Perkins, sorry. He takes the mark in front of Stefanowski.
Big boy, isn't he, Ashley Perkins? Close up. His kick isn't a bad one either. Looks there to the direction of Clinton Shaw, who just pushed him out nicely. It's not Clinton Shaw at all. It's
Dan O'Brien.
Dan, it is too. Sorry, Dan. But I haven't seen a lot of him today, and that's probably the reason why I couldn't pick who it was. And I'm sorry to say that, Dan.
He's been missing.
He has been missing, because I know he's a mate of yours. But let's just see how good he is, though. He's had from limited opportunities. He's hasn't bothered the scorers yet, has he?
I think the reason is young Evans.
Yeah.
Evans is taking him right out of the game.
Well, that's a goal. Dan O'Brien's first, and a steadying for Bannockburn, 9-9-63. They cut the margin again, Eastern Suburbs 12-8-80 on the Beaumont's Pies and Cakes in the Car Ranch final quarter scoreboard. But, Peter, how long can they play catch-up footy? Because they've sort of just haven't been able to take that lead into the changes, and once again, 17 points down again. They're chasing again, aren't they?
Yeah. It'll be interesting. You know, the weather's held off, so anything can happen. There's plenty of time, but and as I said earlier, a couple of lucky possessions that East got can really hurt you. You know, you can drop your lip and put your head between your knees and all those kind of things.
Well, we've only played 7.5 minutes on the Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock in the last quarter, so plenty of time, as Peter said. Back to the centre, and a free kick found, and the umpires and players are waiting. It's a free kick to Bannockburn, so a little bit of luck in the middle, which is what they need, the Tigers, to get back into it. Tresize, well, no, he's Well, he's handballed it to his opposite number, Andy Reuter, thinking that it might have been his free kick, and then Reuter said, well, he's handballed it to me.
Well, you know, Nippen's size is switched on, isn't he?
Wobbly kick towards centre-half forward. Bailey in front takes the mark. And he's got the job on Roweth now, who kicked those 2 important goals in the third term for the Tigers. He goes wide. Reuter. Can he take the mark? Free kick hold. And it's against Bannockburn going to the big man, Andy Reuter.
Great use of the body.
On centre wing. Goes long. Loughton has got the sit over the back and takes the mark over these smaller rows. Runs on from 45. Wobbly punt. O'Leary in the middle of the pack. He's held on to. Yes, he was. And umpire Fanning saw it. Right in Ron Brain's eye line it was too. And umpire Fanning was in that eye line.
I reckon I'd make a good umpire.
And, oh, yeah, you would. Can you umpire from standing in the middle of the ground, though, Ron?
I was going to say, it'd want to be an awful small ground.
Thanks very much.
Well, Sean O'Leary has the footy 10 metres out from goal.
Gee whiz, this will be his sixth. It's making it hard for these boats.
Well, he's kicked 6 goals, 4.
He doesn't seem to have done much.
He's done what a full forward should do.
Yeah, but very, very quietly, very unassuming.
Look at him, he's pretty happy about it too.
The spike is spike-a-like-a-like-a-like-a-like-a-like.
What? God, those cokes are going down well today, aren't they, Ron?
He is just inspiring to watch, and he's pretty happy about 6 goals, and he's letting his teammates up the ground know that he's very appreciative of their efforts because he's made his job a lot easier.
Well, he's kicked 6 goals, 4 this afternoon, out of Eastern Suburbs total of 13,886. Bannockburn 9,963 on the Beaumont's Pies and Cakes in the Car Ranch final quarter scoreboard. So a steady and goal for the Eagles, and that puts it back in front by 23 points. With 10 minutes gone on the Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock.
Umpire Noel Hooper bounced out, much better this time, favours Reuter. Gets it over the top, but it's well trapped there by young Peters for the Bannockburn side. Kick smothered, but it's recovered by Christian Shaw. A long bomb out to the open spaces of half forward. Nathan Murray now picks the footy up, ducks and weaves, and somehow kicked it over the line on the full, and I don't believe that. That was a poor effort there, Nate. And he probably should have done a little better. But that's footy. And it looks like from here...
Murray's just trying to take control again. Just a quick one while we do that. Sean O'Leary, when you have a look at the goal kickers, he's kicked 21 for the year.
Oh, yeah. He's doing his job.
Yeah.
At full forward for the Eagles.
That's 4 a game. That's pretty good average.
Well, the ball's been kicked by Stephen Gadd, but it's got to go back again because umpire Fanning wasn't quite ready. Loose ball half forward. Good work there from Reuter. Geez, worked hard. Kicks off the carpet and finds O'Leary. Breaks through half back. Kicks to centre half forward. Loughton, you're making it very hard for me, boy. Beautiful footy. Looks up the ground there for O'Leary. Ball was just a bit too well weighted for him. But I think he's quite quick over the first 5 or 10 metres too, Sean O'Leary. He's solidly built, boy.
He's either quick or his legs go up and down.
He's KO with hair, isn't he?
Yeah, basically. But that's a compliment too.
Oh, that is a compliment. Don't worry about that. Boundary throw in front. Big thump away, Clyden. Buckle has got a bit of time. Shepherded by Intervong. Left foot kick, good centering kick back to the centre to the goal square, but it's been marked by Henderson.
Bad luck.
In the last line defence of the Tigers. They want to move it quickly. They need a couple of quick goals, I would think, the Tigers. They're being pressured across half forward, and they has done so all day by the Eagles. Goes towards centre half back, roving the front of the pack east. Buckle there over the top of the footy now, and wrapped up. And it's going to be a ball up at centre half forward for the Eagles. They lead 13-8-86. 23-point leaders over Bannockburn, 9-9-63.
Getting up, holding his right earlobe as well. Rather gingerly, I think, is young Andy Buckle, isn't it?
And, yep, and he's got a, obviously, blood rule, is it?
Anthony, I should say. He's copped one.
No, I'd say he's all right there, though. He's in good hands.
Certainly. Just a little delay in traffic as Luke Thompson comes onto the ground to replace the blood-spattered Anthony Buckle. Nothing serious. He's probably just copped the back of a boot accidentally in that pack of players. And he'll be okay. Just a little gash on the side of the head. Back to the footy. It's centre half forward now. Bannockburn into attack, but I should say Eastern Suburbs into attack. There's been a pack of players. Form umpire said there's been a high tackle on O'Leary, and, well, he's been the ball player all day, and he's got his just desserts, another possession.
Yeah, but you're talking Murray Fanning.
Goes long. Oh, don't start again. Goes long. Shaw chops it off, goes wide to Matty East. He takes the mark under pressure from Delamonica.
Been very quiet for a while.
East now in between wing and half-back for the Tigers, so they're still in defence. He goes long now to centre-half for good lead. Toolman, Murray behind Toolman, can't take the mark. Follows it up. Peters is in there also for Bannockburn, and Irving, who beats him with pace, good play, and keeps it in front of him, pushes it down towards half-forward. Kick off the ground now would be good, and it is. Loughton turns around onto his left. He measures the pass. Oh, good kick around the corner. Over the head of McGough, though, through the legs of Broad. Luke Thompson just on the ground for Buckle, and easy as you like, puts it through for a goal. It's the easiest goal Luke Thompson will ever kick.
Yeah, the Ferret's kicked his first.
And you know why they call him the Ferret?
Actually, I didn't quite get to the bottom of that.
Well, his dad calls him Ferret, so that's why. It's just stuck at the club now, he's Ferret. Well, Ferret's kicked the goal, and we see Buckle's head there on screen for our guest video watchers, and obviously cop one just behind the ear.
That's not blood, is it, Jason? That's tomato sauce.
Oh, whatever. Okay, fair enough. Well, Eastern Suburbs go to
he's okay.
14-8-92, and they lead by 29 points over Bannockburn. 9-9-63 on the Beaumont's Pies and Cakes in the Car Ranch final quarter scoreboard, and we've been going 15 minutes in the final term.
Bounce down in the centre of the ground now. Reuter got it to the direction of Radford, but chipping in there was good work from Harding. The little rover from the Tigerland kicks it just briefly up the ground, and again a pack of players have formed. Not really that much further than from where we started at the centre bounce, some 10 metres well towards the Bannockburn goal, as we see good work Tresize. Stumps it the direction of centre-half forward. Oh! Henderson came in and gave O'Leary 1-0 serious, as we see now that good work from Evans. Got it to Loughton. Left foot kick up the half forward. Couldn't be trapped there by Carl Dew back on the ground, as some fine defensive footy there from Alistair Broad. Got it over the line and out of bounds. Left forward flank, about 50 metres from Eastern Suburbs goal. Henderson does the ruck work, got it to ground level, but now, that boy Inthavong got it across there to, that looks like the skipper McGough it is, kicks it across goal. I think he's marked the ball. O'Leary has. Great football from the spike. And Sean O'Leary, he's in the right forward pocket. He's no more than 25 metres from goal. Pretty tight angle. He's kicked 6 goals for here this afternoon in a match-winning performance.
And put her on the
Banana
check side.
He tried to con the goal umpire then too, put the hands up straight away with the banana kick, but he's kicked it behind. So 6 goals, 5 for Sean O'Leary this afternoon.
Big effort.
14-9-93 Eastern Suburbs. They now lead by 5 goals over Bannockburn, 9-9-63. Kick in by Troy Shaw to Christian Shaw in the left back pocket. Goes towards Gadd at half-back, takes the mark under pressure from Dave Lucas. So wants to move it on quickly, gets it around the corner on the wing, and taking the mark, Henderson. He's got Tresize inboard. He goes in that direction now. He's got Toolman as well. Oh, they clashed. There was no talking there. McGough clashes into Murray, but then turns around and runs away. He could have had a bounce, but he goes with the kick towards centre-half forward. Clyden against Loughton now. Evans, in fact, it's Lucas at the front of the pack. Gets it over to Mick O'Leary. He's on hands and knees. Handball is okay to Inthavong. Good pick up on the run. Kick is high and fairly wide.
And handsome.
Not very handsome, unfortunately, for the Eagles. Because it's out of bounds on the full. It's going to be a free kick to Dallahunt on half-back.
Okay, Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock. It just shows us at the moment, Jace, that we've been going nearly 21 and a half minutes gone of this final term. GDFL footy round 6 match of the day here at Richmond Crescent. And the Mighty Eagles have snuck away. They're now 30-point leaders over Bannockburn. As we see now an opportunity in the centre of the ground for Matty East, but he's mucked it up. And a good pressure.
That was great. That was well done by Andy Reuter, wasn't
Andy
it?
Reuter again. Yeah. Gee whiz, it's going to be a nightmare giving these votes today.
He's ran Matthew East down.
Yeah, he's been a great contributor all day. The big ruckman, and again wins the tap. Got it to his brother Rob, who taps it forward. Oh, held without it for mine, but no free kick. Ridden into the ground too there was young, that looks like Evans, is it? He's been very good for the Eagles. Now an opportunity. Mick O'Leary, quick hand pass from Robbie. very skillful, set it up nice. Robbie Rorter gave it to O'Leary, and then O'Leary said, thanks, mate, and he just chipped it over the opposition's head, back to Robbie Rorter, and said, you better kick one, because, well, you haven't kicked a lot today. He's kicked one goal, Robbie Rorter. Been starved of opportunity to do some good defensive footy, but the goal he kicked was a beauty, so this should be a soda. 40 metres out, 45-degree angle. I think he may have just hooked it slightly. Breeze didn't bring it back. 1 point the result.
So Western Suburbs go to 14-10-94. Bannockburn 9-9-63 on the Beaumont's Pies and Cakes and the Car Ranch. Final quarter scoreboard here. GDFL Match of the Day, round 6 at Richmond Crescent. And a free kick for a high tackle there from that kick out from Troy Shaw. And it's going to be taken by Gadd. Goes long to the wing. Toolman in front of Murray. Punch away by Murray. Good defensive work. Roving at the front of the pack. Comes towards Henderson. Runs through. Tries to run through the pack and holding the ball. Yes. Good call there by umpire Hooper. Just tried to do a little bit too much. Radford, who's played well today, goes towards centre half forward. O'Leary pushes Shaw off the ball. Clyden handball out wide to Gadd. Tries to tap it on towards Shaw, but gets it back himself. Little left foot kick is chopped off by Murray. And it's out of bounds at half forward for the Eagles on the outer side.
Well, whatever they are attempting to do at the moment to get the ball forward, Bannockburn, it's not really coming or bearing any fruit, and a bad mistake there by young Steve Gadd. Sees the loose ball now at half forward. O'Leary again another possession. Left foot kick up to the pocket. It's the right forward pocket. Sees Rob Reuter being pursued there by Paul Chickenhawk Wentworth. No one can get a handle on it, and it's out of bounds. About 30 metres from Eastern Suburbs goal. Time just ticking along nicely for the Suburbs, because at the moment they're enjoying a very handy 31-point lead over Bannockburn.
Throw in now and goes towards Intervon, gives it to Thompson, gets his left foot to it. Good play in the pack. High. O'Brien punches it away to Delahunt. In a pack situation, gets a kick away. Delamonica in front. Punched away from behind O'Leary.
Didn't have it
there as well. Didn't have it. No free kick. But it comes back out now. Lucas around the corner. High again. 2 against 1. Shaw tried to tap it towards O'Brien. Luke Thompson roved. Couldn't take it with him. O'Brien's little tap is pushed backwards. Broad. Oh, kick towards Tresize. The big man gets around one. Then just goes thump with the right foot. Back to the centre. But Nathan Murray is there with Reuter. And Murray takes the mark. Plays on now. He's at 60. He goes long with the right boot. Back into that pack situation in the square. It's over the back. O'Brien just wants to kick it around the corner. It's okay. Butch Shaw's there, waits for it, and then goes away. Tries to measure the pass to Toolman. It doesn't get to him. Now Wembridge puts on the pace against Toolman and finds the boundary line. Good play, Shane Wembridge for the Eagles.
Well, the Fizz just gone out of the game a little now. I would suggest be approaching 23.5 minutes, just a short of time on in this final quarter. As we see the ball now at member side centre wing, pack of players of form. Wembridge picks himself off the carpet. Likewise does his teammate Alfie Delamonica, lending a hand. Umpire Noel Hooper will throw the ball in the air. And Reuter enjoys that because he's got an advantage in leap over Tresize, who's got a bad limp. And no wonder after crashing into Clinton Shaw earlier. As we see now the ball loose at half forward. Opportunity there, good work from Clyden. Got it across to Butch Shaw, kicks it quickly, as there's been a little bit of harassment behind the play between, looks like Matty East.
We're going to get a card.
And I think it could be Hollywood. Yellow card. I'm not sure who it is.
Don't think anyone else knows either, Ronnie.
But I think it could be Dave Lucas.
So a break in play. And Dave Lucas is being sent from the ground. 15 minutes. The yellow card produced by umpire Fanning. And obviously he and Matty East have had some sort of altercation in the middle there.
But doesn't it takes two to tango, don't you think, Peter?
It does.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Umpire Fanning's coming over. And I wouldn't be too surprised if Lucas may have been reported here. He's taking numbers down, so...
But if he's reported, why is he getting a yellow card, Jose?
Well, I don't know. And the ball is going to Bannockburn, is it? Yes, it is. And a 50-metre penalty. So we'll find out after the match, hopefully still in our broadcast time, what the report was for. It's obviously Dave Lucas against Matthew East, so Eastern Suburbs are down to 17. Rick Harding has the footy just outside 50 at centre-half forward for the Bannockburn side. And he goes now long to the goal square. Perkins and Stefanovski back there. Big punch away by the fullback for the Eagles. Rode by Peters. He's kicked it behind for Bannockburn, so Jared Peters' first score of the day. And Bannockburn go to 9-10-64. They trail Eastern Suburbs 14-10-94 on the Beaumont's Pies and Cakes in the Car Ranch final quarter scoreboard. And we've been playing 25 minutes of this final term on the Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock.
Johnny Stefanovski now the fullback to bring the ball into play. Bit of movement too across half-back and just chipping it in. Good work there from young Evans. Shane Evans been terrific. Likewise this bloke. He's going to be stiff to miss out in the vote here this afternoon for mine in Shane Bailey. Clears to the outer side of the ground, but at the ground level though, Butch Shaw, quick hands to his brother Clinton. Butch back again, his kick not a good one, puts Roweth under pressure, but I tell you what, he avoided the tackle somehow, pivoted on the left foot and has popped it through from 20 metres. Great goal.
So Roweth's second and Bannockburn's 10th, 10-10-70. They cut the margin to 24 points. Eastern Suburbs 14-10-94 on the Beaumont's Pies and Cakes in the Car Ranch final quarter scoreboard. And unfortunately for us, if the score stays like that, Brian Coughlin, the self-appointed East Belmont legend, has picked the sweep because he's picked Eastern Suburbs by 24 points.
Well, yeah.
But Cogs knows football.
He does. He does.
Ask him.
He's been telling me for years he knows football.
You know, it's been a very, very good contest here this afternoon, and both sides should be congratulated. It's been in quite a good spirit, and yes, Eastern Suburbs have really shown their wares.
It's been a different game. Like the first half was really all defence, and the second half's been all attack. It's been good.
Back in the centre, umpire Fanning to bounce the ball down. Tresize and Roy to go up. Tresize gets it, tried to get it towards Clinton Shaw, and running across off his wing east. He's got it now, and uses that left boot to go long at half forward. Roweth gets away from Bailey and takes the mark in front of the scoreboard on half forward. Now wants to run around Bailey and does so. Wants to take a bounce. He's inside 50, takes two bounces. Measures the pass over the top to Toolman. Good play.
Yeah, that's good footy.
He plays on quickly, gives it to Perkins, who is only 25 metres out directly in front, so a better angle. Good play by Toolman. And actually Perkins has kicked 2 goals, 1 this afternoon. Have a chance to kick his third, and Bannockburn's 11th. So here he comes, the big man. Runs in, and I think he might have put it through for one behind.
Bad miss.
2 goals to Ashley Perkins.
The reason for that, down at Japarrett, which is out in the Southern Mallee, the goalposts are actually wider apart.
What do they use, wheat silos or something out there as goalposts, do they?
Yeah.
Stefanovski goes short to Reuter. That's Andy in the back pocket. He goes back to Stefanovski, so they're just playing possession footy in the last line defence. He goes long to the outer side. Delamonica 1 against 2. East over the back. Wants to get back onto that favoured left boot. Now he does and goes long. Just puts it up. Stefanovski over the back. Big punch away. Now at the front row with, on a string, the ball, and runs in and kicks a goal.
That's good play. Darren Roweth is an absolute match winner, I tell you, on his day. And, he's a guy that you've really got to consider for a vote for the opportunities he's had. He's finished it off nicely.
Well, the first 2 quarters, Ronnie, he was easily Bannockburn's best player.
Played very well.
Bannockburn go to 11-11-77. Eastern Suburbs 14-10-94 on the Beaumont's Pies and Cakes in the Car Ranch final quarter scoreboard at 17 points of difference at Richmond Crescent. So, they wouldn't have want Dave Lucas to be sent off 5 or 6 minutes earlier.
No.
Down to 17 players. The Bannockburn side have kicked a couple of quick goals, but the Eagles still 17 points in front. And we've been playing 26 and a half minutes. Nearly 27 minutes have gone on the Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock, and a free kick found, and it's against Bannockburn.
Yeah, they didn't need that.
So Andy Reuter to take it, and will take his time in the middle, I would think. Plays on now. Goes long to centre half forward. Clyden in front of Loughton over the back. Roving Thompson can't take it with him. Clyden getting back there. Handballs back to Delahunt on his left boot. Out wide. Reuter in front. That's Robbie. Can't take the mark. Play on the call. Handball over the top towards Peters. He can't run onto it. The ball eludes him. Intervong in there working hard with O'Leary. And it's going to be a ball up in between wing and half forward for the Eagles.
Yes, time just about over for Bannockburn here this afternoon as the Eastern Suburbs Eagles can celebrate this evening. At the moment, they're enjoying a 17-point advantage and going into attack, as they do again through the agency of Robbie Reuter, up to half forward. O'Leary, all the time in the world. Oh, utilised... yes, you can't do that. Young...
what did he do, Ron?
Inthavong got a high tackle. The player with the ball was from Bannockburn, and you can't push off like that too high. And no one's on the mark, so Inthavong, the young bloke's just waltzed in, hit the woodwork. Waltzed in and had two bounces. Very poor defensive football from Bannockburn's point of view, and they look a little bit ragged in the late stages of this match.
Yeah, they do. They do. I like that young fella's style of footy. I think he's going to make a reasonable footballer. He's very hard at the ball.
The Tigers now from Delahunt try and relieve the pressure. Wembridge on the wing and Matty East. Wembridge now just handballs for the safety of the boundary line. They haven't paid it all day, deliberate out of bounds, so they're not going to start and pay it now.
But he's 20 metres from the boundary line. He's handballed it straight at it.
14-11-95 Eastern Suburbs. Bannockburn 11-11-77. It's 3 goals of difference.
Beaumont's Pies and Cakes, the Car Ranch final quarter scoreboard on Country FM, as we see now the Delahunt, who's been busy all day for the Tigers, kicking to the centre of the ground at Richmond Crescent. Peters now from Bannockburn. A little right foot kick, not a good one, because in the way is the stumbling block for them, and centre half back Nathan Murray takes the grab it for the Eagles.
Goes in towards O'Leary. In the middle, that's Michael. He handballs to Jacko, who's running off the full-back line. John Stefanovski goes wide to Loughton. Can he take the mark over Clyden? He can't do so. Good punch away and recovery from Clyden. Handball inboard to Henderson. He goes towards Tresize. Good knock away. Reuter, though. Delamonica, trapped without the footy. No free kick. Then it comes out the back, Peters. Handball to Henderson. Runs through the pack. Gets a quick kick away. Wembridge can run onto it. Gadd coming at him. Handball to Stefanovski. And he just pumps it long towards centre half forward. Loughton against a couple in the middle, coming across Troy Shaw. Got the run of the footy. Back onto his right boot, goes wide towards Clinton Shaw, but Terry Radford chops it off. Takes the mark at half forward.
He'd be knocked up, this bloke. He's been a bit quiet this last quarter. His little chip put Craig McGough, the skipper, under a bit of pressure. That's not a one-way.
Elfie
Delamonica swoops on the leather from 35 metres, goes bang and splits the woodwork.
Good roving from Delamonica off the front of the pack. And Eastern Suburbs 15th goal. They go to 15-11. 101. They lead Bannockburn 11-11-77 on the Beaumont's Pies and Cakes in the Car Ranch. Final quarter scoreboard. It's 4 goals of difference again at Richmond Crescent, in what has been a pretty good GDFL match of the day in round number 6 this afternoon.
I'd go as far as to say crackerjack.
Crackerjack. Fantastic. Back to the centre, umpire Hooper. And don't forget, Ron, myself and Peter will be giving our 3, 2 and 1 for the guest video Beaumont's Pies and Cakes Player of the Day this afternoon. And it's going to be a fairly keenly contested award this afternoon. Irving from the middle, kick smothered. Robbie Reuter can't take it with him. Gadd can. Just goes along with the right boot. Murray and Torman. Murray, inside defensive 50, gets away from Torman, who's tried pretty hard today, but looks like he may have run out of legs. Kick, left boot to O'Leary. Play on. You've got 10 metres, Mick, so he does. He's in the middle and goes wide towards Inthavong, trying to make up pace. Coming across Alistair Broad, and he gets a foot to it and puts it out wide. It's out of bounds at half forward for the Eagles.
Well, I think the timekeepers have lost the button. I reckon this quarter has been going for 31.5 minutes. Matty East now mops up well for the Tigers, goes right across the ground and finds Steve Gadd at half back. Out of sight of the ground, Robbie Henderson runs through half back, got the hand pass off Gadd, kicks there looking for Roweth, who was caught one a little bit high there from Shane Bailey, and Darren Roweth, I should say, gets the ball. He's had a bounce and he's lost it. Under pressure, recovers. He's got to beat them all, and he does it well, but he's got knocked up at the end, and he kicked it a little worm burner about 20 metres. Someone will have to bring out an oxygen tank for him, I'd say. He smokes like a chimney. As we see now, the ball kicked short, and a nice grab taken there by Mick O'Leary in the centre of the ground. Oh, it was a comedy of errors, wasn't it, really? You were laughing, Peter.
I'd like to sue him with a yo-yo. I reckon he'd hit himself in the nose.
O'Leary looks towards Loughton at centre half forward, and why wouldn't you? He's marked most things that have come his way today. Thompson's there roving the front of the pack. Pushing the back, was it? Yes, it was. And the Tigers, advantage paid. Delahunt, in fact,
Been
it
good.
is. Yes, he gives it over to O'Brien in the middle. Now he tries to measure the pass to half forward. Tillman there. Murray from behind. Good thump away. Wembridge roving the front of the pack. Oh, good play. He's been good all day. And he kicks it to Robbie Reuter at the opposite half-back flank. Robbie called to play on now. So he gets around two of them. There's Gizzalite, the old veteran. Look at him. He loves it. The run on the ball's doing him beautifully. And there's the siren for full time. And in what was a fantastic GDFL match of the day, round 6, it's Eastern Suburbs who have returned to the winners list after that loss to Thompson last week. 15-11, 101 Eastern Suburbs. Bannockburn 11-11, 77 on the Beaumont's Pies and Cakes in the Car Ranch final quarter scoreboard. In that final quarter, Eastern Suburbs kicked 6 goals, 3. Bannockburn 3 goals, 2. And it was those couple of quick goals in the first couple of minutes of that final quarter which gave Eastern Suburbs that break they needed. So they've ended up 4-goal winners. The goal kickers for Eastern Suburbs, 6 goals to Sean O'Leary, 3 to Brent Loughton, and singles to Luke Thompson, Craig McGough, Terry Radford, Robbie Reuter, Alf Delamonica and Scott Ferguson. While for the Bannockburn side, 3 to Darren Roweth, 2 to Clinton Shaw, 2 to Ashley Perkins, and singles to Christian Shaw, Dan O'Brien, Rick Harding and Gary Tillman. Well, we'll gather our thoughts on our best players, the better players in that final quarter, and also the 3, 2 and 1 for our guest video player of the day. And we'll be back with you very shortly on Country FM. Eastern Suburbs 4-goal winners in the GDFL match of the day. Back shortly with our wrap-up on 89. Because in the match day record today, Brian Coughlin picked Eastern Suburbs by 24 points, so I'll never hear the end of that during the week. You'll be ringing me up telling me about it all week now. We think he's an absolute expert, but a good win from the Eagles. Now we're going to do our 3, 2 and 1 for our guest video, Beaumont's Pies and Cakes player of the day, and just a bit of a review of their final quarter best players. Peter, firstly for Bannockburn in that final quarter.
Again, I think they were pretty hard to find in that quarter. You know, too many players drifted in and out. Matty East drifted in and out, got a few possessions. Darren Roweth, a couple of goals at the end to finish off a very, very good first half. But other than that, I think the boys were kind of missing today. They were very flat-footed. Whether the hard ground or the hard muddy ground last week took a lot out of their legs or not, but every other team's been through that too. So I thought they were pretty ordinary, and let's just use the excuse that guys out like Pilgrim, Colliger, and a few of the others, just left them a little bit flat, and they'll come back.
Oh, yeah, Corey Flanagan, the captain of the side, centreman extraordinaire, terrific footballer. They're going to miss him for the next 4 to 8 weeks, he believes. He's not sure, depends how well his knee does recover from the cartilage removal. But, modern medicine today, they can do marvellous things. But, you can't make excuses. So let's have a look at the Eastern Suburbs side, Peter, because you're only allowed to play as well as you let. And today, Eastern Suburbs made sure that they weren't going to let the Bannockburn midfielders dominate as they normally do with their very intelligent running and creating of that loose man. And I would suggest that full credit goes to Mick Thompson, the coach, for being able to get his players disciplined enough to do the things they did today. And it was a pleasure to watch, mainly because of the fact that I picked them and you two clowns didn't. And I've got another one ahead of Jason in the tipping competition, and I've lost count how far ahead I am now. But all in all, it was all set up mainly due to the efforts of 2 players in the first half of football for mine, and that was Brett Loughton and Terry Radford. They were brilliant. And I won't overlook Mick O'Leary either, because his second quarter was an absolute beauty. You go through the actual quarter-by-quarter scores, and it's been tight all day. It's been terrific. Quarter time, Suburbs up by 5. Half-time, up by 8. Three-quarter time, Suburbs up by 5 points. They've led all day, deserved their 24-point victory today, and I do congratulate the East Belmont legend in Brian Coughlin for picking it on the knocker. I was 3 goals out, but I can't be too hard on myself because I still got the right team. Now, 3 votes. Clearly, as the game progressed, just continued to get possessions. The number 24 Guernsey for Michael O'Leary.
This is in your opinion.
Yes,
in my opinion.
Ron Brain 3, 2 and 1.
And I have to apologise to a number of players, and I'll mention those shortly. But I didn't actually analyse the last quarter, but I didn't want to because there was too many good Eastern Suburbs players to mention. So I thought I'd wrap it up this way. O'Leary, Radford, Loughton, Apologies to Andy Reuter, Shane Bailey, Shane Evans. The list goes on. I will mention one bloke, though, from Bannockburn, and that was Clinton Shaw. His first half was brilliant. His third quarter wasn't too bad. Final quarter, a little bit tired. Couldn't squeeze him in. But a great game from Clinton Shaw.
So Ron Brains 3, 2 and 1 this afternoon. Michael O'Leary, Terry Radford and Brent Loughton.
Scott Ferguson, another one. Couldn't squeeze you in, Scotty, but a great game.
Peter, you're 3, 2 and 1 for the guest video player of the day.
I reckon it'd be pretty hard to squeeze young Scooter Ferguson in. Spent the last quarter on the bench, and it does look like he might have done a knee, which might do a bit of damage to the Suburb boys. For my voting, I too thought that Brett Loughton played very well. So did Clinton Shaw, but I couldn't get them in the votes, Loughton very, 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 very hard done by.
Oh.
I don't think Bannockburn were too far off the pace. I gave one vote to Darren Rowth. I thought he has contributed, kicked a few goals, certainly kept them going in the first half, faded out in the third quarter, but came back again in the last, so I gave him one vote. Mick O'Leary, 2 votes, and I'm very disappointed. Ronnie Brain says he knows all about football. He never even mentioned Sean O'Leary, who's kicked, 6 goals, 4 or something, and set them on fire in the third quarter. But Mick O'Leary for 2 votes, and my best player, and I called it fairly early in the game, and he hasn't let me down. That's Terry Radford. I gave him 3 votes.
So Peter Walker 3, 2 and 1, Terry Radford, Michael O'Leary and Darren Rowth.
For 3 quarters of footy.
That's all you got to play here.
Well, you blokes from Tillybuck are unbelievable.
Well, I apologise to Clinton Shaw as well, and also to Darren Rowth, because I thought they were probably Bannockburn's 2 best. And as you said, they're only 4 goals off beating Eastern Suburbs, so they weren't that bad all day. But their final quarter was obviously a little bit unfortunate for them. Sean O'Leary with 6 goals, 5. You can't do much more than that, and he did set them alight in the third quarter. And apologies to Dave Lucas also. And Shane Wembridge, I thought, was overlooked at halfback also. I thought he did a pretty good job. And Shane Evans and Shane Bailey, as Ron has mentioned. But I've given 1 to Terry Radford, 2 to Michael O'Leary, who controlled the midfield. And O'Leary's game was pretty special today because he played in a couple of different roles that he's not used to, centre half back and also in the back pocket at stages. But his midfield role, again, he was dominating. And his classy skills are something the Eagles can cherish. And I've given 3 votes to Brent Loughton. I thought that he marked everything he had to in the forward line. He went back at centre half back for a while there, but just controlled the forward line at centre half forward, and was the best player I thought on the ground. So
the analysis is, Jace.
The analysis is
7 out of 9 votes. Michael O'Leary, best on ground. 6 out of 9 is Terry Radford. 4 out of 9 Brett Loughton, and 1 out of 9 Darren Rowth. So, this afternoon, the analysis is, Chase,
that 3 goes to Michael O'Leary, 2 goes to Terry Radford, and 1 goes to Brent Loughton.
Correct.
And Terry Radford was robbed.
And you can thank Jason Downey for that.
Sorry, I've only given him 1 vote, sorry. So our 3, 2 and 1 for our guest video, Beaumont's Pies and Cakes Player of the Day this afternoon. Michael O'Leary has got the award, and Terry Radford second, Brent Loughton with 1 vote. So the Eagles trifecta this afternoon in their 24-point win. Peter?
It is interesting that the loss today to Bannockburn will drop them only to second. They'll go to second on the ladder. Werribee, by all reports, will take over the reign at the top of the table, and the Burbs will still stay at third.
So it's going to be a very interesting next couple of rounds. Bannockburn's first loss today, and if Werribee win, they'll be 5 and 1. Eastern Suburbs, as we know, are 5 and 1 also. So a pretty close tussle at the top of the GDFL ladder. And a 24-point win this afternoon to the Eagles. We'll be back on Country FM in round 9, so a couple of weeks off, and then back in round 9 and also round 10. We'll be broadcasting live and exclusively on 89.1 for the Geelong District Football League. But it's getting a bit dark and a bit cold here, so we better go. Peter Walker, once again, thank you for your efforts this afternoon, and we'll see you later in the season.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks for the invite.
Ronald Dale, once again, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you back in the Country FM commentary box. You're a legend.
Thoroughly enjoyed it, Jace.
And you'll tell us all the time.
And I just hope the Country FM listeners have enjoyed the call as what I have in bringing it to you with some very wise and sometimes stupid people that call beside me. Either side. But really, all in all, it's been a great day, and I thank Peter Walker and, of course, Jason Doherty, our anchor man here, for controlling what could have been an uncontrollable situation, but terrific stuff, and GDFL football, country football, a winner on 89.1.
And also to our technical coordinator and producer this afternoon, Dean Bushell, who is filling in for Brett Rovier. Brett's up in Bendigo enjoying the sights of Bendigo at the Victorian Country Footy League Championship. So the Teabag has done well this afternoon.
Sensational Teabag.
He's done extremely well. So on behalf of Dean Bushell, Peter Walker and Ron Brain, this is Jason Doherty from Richmond Crescent, where the Eagles have got up by 4 goals in the GDFL Match of the Day. Round 6 will be back on 89.1 Country FM in Round 9. It's good afternoon from Richmond Crescent.